Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Week in India AI with me, Sindhuja, and my colleague Jibu. And this week promises to be very exciting. Yet again, we just finished one round of an exciting set of events in the space of AI, and we're already prepped for another one. Jibu, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what we have in store in the next couple of weeks?
Yes, so we had the Experience AI event from NASSCO, and October is full of exciting events coming. The NVIDIA event is happening. There is an event happening from the MIT Tech Review. All those things are coming. But I want to bring to the biggest and most important one. Drum roll, please. It's RAISE 2020. So this is the global summit on artificial intelligence by the government of India. So the RAISE stands for Responsible AI for Social Empowerment, and it's been organized by our Ministry of Electronics and IT, Digital India, and Niti Aayog. How exciting is this?
Absolutely. I think this seems to be like the one big event of the year that we've all been prepping for. So a little bit of context and a little bit of history to our viewers. I think we were supposed to have this particular event take place in the month of April. But of course, the coronavirus really changed and had different plans for us in mind. And now we are all set for a completely virtual experience for RAISE, and the entire event is going to take place online. So we can expect 5 days starting on October 5th all the way through to October 9th. We can expect an entire week of power pack sessions with some of India's and the world's biggest names, most prolific names in the field of AI. We have some very interesting panel discussions that are lined up that are going to cover everything right from financial inclusion to healthcare, managing pandemics, inclusion, being responsible, ethical, approach to AI building, and so much more. So I think it's going to be a very busy week for us at India AI, no doubt. Not to mention that, but it's also going to be one filled with a lot of learnings, with a lot of insights, and definitely something that positions India as one of the nations to look forward for and look out for when it comes to artificial intelligence.
Yes, every time I come across someone who's new to the AI ecosystem in India, they are completely unaware of the work we have been doing so far. India as a country, and
Right.
I believe this is our opportunity to finally say yes. You got the US, you have Silicon Valley, China, you have your grand AI scheme, right? But we are very close on their tails. In terms of research, I mean, we rank third in the world in terms of machine learning research papers submitted. Fifth in NLP. These are fourth in computer vision, if I'm correct. These are not smaller things, right? I mean, a few months back, Marco Polo research was publishing. The elite. I'm talking about elite. The best of AI researchers. A significant number of them. That is like 12% of them did their undergraduate studies in India, and we were third, right? After US and China, we were third there. And in terms of startup ecosystem, our startup ecosystem is booming faster than any other country in G7 or G20. So there are incredible things happening, and don't forget the way in which many of the AI initiatives has been implemented. Even today, we have a news saying Andhra Pradesh government started using their facial recognition system for pensioners, right? This is similar to what Telangana has been doing. And every day something is coming up. I've been reading about and Indic NLP work that has been happening in IIT Chennai. And for this RAISE summit, I was going through the panelists. Look at the names. If you are someone who is not into data science and AI, you will be like shocked to hear. We have from time to time incredible people like Raj Reddy, who is a Turing Award winner, right?
Yeah.
It's like the extreme. Turing Award is like the Nobel Prize for computer science. It is, right? Like field medalist for mathematics, then it is for computer science. And it doesn't stop there, right? We got Professor Bhiksha Raj of Carnegie Mellon, who does incredible research in speech analysis and things like that. You got Rama Akiraju, the IBM fellow whose work in data is amazing. Even if you come to India, even in our IITs, you got Pushpak Bhattacharya, all these incredible people doing amazing work. These are not people who sit there and speak about AI. They are people who do research, create, innovate things, invent things, file patents, and submit academic research, peer-reviewed research papers. This is what's happening in India, and sadly, like I have said many times in our webinars, right? Indian academicians and Indian researchers won't get the stardom our sports people or our movie stars get. Secondly, if you look at the terms of patents filed. We are like number 8 in the world in terms of AI patents filed in 2018. These are not simple small numbers, right? Problem is that globally the world has this slumdog millionaire kind of image of India, and when you say India, everyone is thinking about the heavy traffic, the crowds, the temples, all those things. I think that's a kind of image even Hollywood has represented about him, India. But sadly, when you're speaking about Japan, what is the image? You get the image of robots, bullet trains.
Bullet trains.
So that's the thing, right? This is our opportunity to let the world know, hey, look, we are here, right? Yes, China and US is there, but who is reading the rest of the pack, right? That's the question. Who is reading the rest of the pack? And India has been everywhere. And the key thing is we are not obsessed about using AI as a money-making tool or as a strategic tool. Yes, we are incorporating many AI tools into our army and defense national security systems. But we want AI to empower people. We want to use this for a social transformation. We want to use it for inclusion. And how do we do that? And that's the biggest question. How can we address the issues, issues of inequality, issues of gender gap, issues of accessibility to healthcare, education? How can we bring high quality education to the farthest corners of this country, right? The issues of connectivity, mobility, smart city. It goes on and on. So that's where AI comes in. Like Andrew Ng mentioned, I think he was rephrasing Sundar Pichai, who said AI is like electricity. It pretty much transformed every industry, right? Everything it touched got magically transformed, like the story of Midas from the Greek mythology. So AI is that.
No, definitely. I think the age and time that we're living in, Jibu, there's no denying the fact that AI is, the general purpose technology of our time and our era, pretty much what electricity was, and that led to the industrial revolution. That is what led to, where we are today. I think it's the next cycle, and I think AI is pretty much front and center and leading the charge for this. And I think you also touched upon a very important point about when we think about some of the veterans of science, even the ones who are a lot more accessible and who are a lot more out there and doing a lot of interesting work. We still don't have we still don't have a lot of publicity, I would say, or I think a lot of our, true science champions here in India are duly underrepresented. And I think that events like RAISE are really going to change that paradigm. And I think if you just look at the lineup of speakers, I think that's a very evident, sort of a giveaway.
So Sindhuja, who are your favorite speakers? Which are the speakers you're looking forward to in RAISE?
I would love to pick a favorite, but just by looking at the speaker lineup, I can't really honestly decide. But definitely there are a few who I'm looking forward to listening to a little more than the others. One of them who has just signed up and who has confirmed her position as a speaker is this very, very exceptionally talented and a very dynamic person. She's Jenny Leigh Fleury, and she's the Microsoft Chief Accessibility Officer. And she has a pretty amazing story if you were to just look at what really she's been really championing. And she is considered one of the champions of change for disability employment, and with her help of the team and the broader community at Microsoft, she is leading several initiatives to help empower people with disabilities inside as well as outside Microsoft. And where a technology company like Microsoft differentiates itself from the others is to be able to incorporate and ensure that there is true accessibility and true inclusion happening at the grassroots level by ensuring that technology can help people like Jenny herself, who also has two disabilities. In fact, one is that she's hard of hearing, she's deaf, and another is the fact that she actually had a life-threatening condition happen where it was which left her without the use of both her legs properly. So she has been using crutches for a very long time to be able to sustain. So I can't think of a better person, who is more equipped and more in tune to the idea of really giving a voice to people with disabilities and ensure that their inclusion takes place at the grassroots level. So hers is one session I'm really looking forward to listen to. And another person, of course, I'm really excited to hear is Arvind Krishna. He's the CEO of IBM, and this was one of the biggest developments in the tech space this year. I think everyone would have heard about the acquisition of Red Hat and of Red Hat by IBM. Krishna is, who was announced as the CEO of IBM in April, is responsible for building and expanding newer markets for IBM in areas like AI, cloud, quantum computing, and blockchain. And he sort of leads the product pipeline and the solutions pipeline for these technologies in various big markets for IBM. So he's someone I'm really interested in, hearing from. And another, of course, I think a fan favorite would definitely easily be AI veteran Raj Reddy, who you also mentioned earlier, Jibu. And I think he's someone who is just, I think he's been there, done that, done it all. And it'll be an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to hear to speak, from Professor Raj Reddy himself.
Yeah, do you know that Professor Raj Reddy did his PhD under John McCarthy, the original man who named artificial intelligence?
Right? It's basically the gurus of AI that we're bringing to this event. And I'm sure you must have heard that Kai-Fu Lee, the author of AI, he is Professor Reddy's protege, and he's in fact told him that all my learnings from life, personal and professional, I owe it to Professor Raj Reddy. So, I mean, and when I was reading Kai-Fu Lee's book, I was completely blown away with the insights that he was bringing to making AI so easy and understandable, even for people like me who don't really have a tech background. But,
it is an absolutely incredible book, AI Superpowers by Kai-Fu Lee. I urge everyone to read that one.
Definitely. To answer your question, I don't really see a favorite, but there are a few people here who have, I think, been curated very specifically to bring a very different lens and a very different perspective to what AI is all about. And I think that's something that we should all really look at. And this is where the dialogue should really move. It's one thing to talk about and to emphasize on the market opportunity that we have. But when we just talk about business, I don't think it should just be all about top line profits. It also should be so much more wider and so much more broader in its scope. And that's where you have speakers like Jenny Lay-Fleury, as well as even another veteran who I in fact ended up missing out was the AI theorist and scientist Roger Schank. And one of the reasons I'm very interested is because it approaches the art of science with storytelling. And that is something I can't wait to hear, because for me it's all about stories. And if there's a great story to be heard, and this is something that I want to block my calendar for, clear everything, and make sure that I can tune into his session. So I think this caliber of speakers that we're bringing in clearly shows the level at which the AI market really here in India is ready for. And these are conversations that are very, very in tune for the times that we live in, if you ask me.
And since you mentioned about the amazing Jenny Lay-Fleury, I think accessibility is one way in which AI is helping, right? I mean, I have seen many tools from Google, Apple, Microsoft, all people helping people with Down syndrome or ALS to communicate properly. It's very difficult, right? Speech recognition for people with ALS it's almost it's like magical. It feels magical for the people who suffer that condition. And an interesting fact is the session in which Jenny Lay-Fleury speak, it's an all-woman session. How incredible is that?
Yeah, that's
so. So the session is called Towards Inclusive AI, Empowering 1 billion plus. So that session has some of the amazing participants across the world. That speaks a lot about the vision that has gone into organizing this session, right? It's not about the usual talk about AI is gonna add how much to the economy, how self-driving car is gonna take over our roads, or how China is gonna conquer the world. These are the regular things, or how AI is going to become the villain, right? The Terminator AI superpower. These are not the conversation happening here, right? The conversation here is how can you improve the food supply chain with AI, right? How can you improve with the help of connected healthcare? How can you make the last mile access more better, right? How can unlock the data for innovation through public services and marketplaces? These are the things that affect the common people. This is not about Elon Musk building his Cybertruck, which is only for the Tesla's supercars, which is for the highly rich people. This is about common people, not just you and me. It happens to someone from rural India, right? We live in big cities, but someone from rural India who, these things will have a transformational effect, improving healthcare system, right? How cool it will be if we can implement artificial intelligence technologies to the public healthcare, so that someone sitting in, let's say, someone sitting in like Narayanpur in Chhattisgarh can take a picture of a condition on their body and upload it to the smartphone, and or go to the healthcare where that kind of analysis happens. Immediately they are given, whether you should go to a bigger city nearby, like say Raipur or Jagdalpur, and get it diagnosed, or this is nothing to worry about. These things are like matters a lot, even though we can simplify. When we say these things, they sound simple, but this matters a lot, right? In real life.
The other thing I found very interesting, and I think it's also something that's necessary, and also shows again the needle in which we're trying to move in terms of AI deployment and development in India, is just the sheer quality and caliber of technical minds that are coming to this particular event. I think these are the beacons when it comes to research and development, and these are the people that can really show us the direction in which the industry can move forward. So if you ask me, that this is a great blend of bringing together the best of scientific minds as well as the best of the corporate leaders out there, because these are the people that can really make the magic happen. Based on the direction,
exactly.
Based on the research that is being done by some of the biggest universities, think tanks in the world, corporate leaders can take a cue or two from there and understand where this industry really needs to be headed, and start developing products and solutions, and make it more mechanized and make it more accessible to everybody. I think these conversations, I think, are what really are going to change the needle, if you ask me. And I think that's what makes RAISE a tad different from the others. It's not really meant for one community of people. It's not just for developers, or it's not just for startups. It's for everyone. I think if you're a student, or if you're a corporate leader, if you are a think tank, if you are if you are evangelizing AI, I think everyone here should essentially be attending an event like RAISE, because there are going to be takeaways for everyone concerned, if you ask me.
One point that comes up, when me and Sundhuja, we speak to these experts, right, for a leading with AI segment and everything, or we generally have conversations, with our own, colleagues, as well as our seniors and industry leaders, such as, Debjani ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, or, other leaders. Is the one theme that keeps on coming up is, listen, right, you don't, to make an impact, you don't need to understand AI 100%, right? You need to understand your subject and learn how to use AI to improve it, right? I mean, let's go back to the electricity analogy again, right? You don't need to understand how transformers work, or what is the difference between AC and DC, or what is the definition of voltage. Oh my God, the 11th school memories are coming in, or ammeter, or all this. You don't need to understand all those things, or how turbine works, in a hydroelectric project, or how turbine works in a nuclear power plant. You don't need to understand these things to use electricity to try to do something similar, right? I mean, if you remember, earlier in our households, we used to grind these spices, right? You have a grinding stone, and you do that, right? For someone to invent a mixer, you don't need to understand how the electricity was created, right? You don't need the knowledge of. You don't need. You only need to know is, okay, I need to have a plug, and if I need to have a plug, and I have to have a pin. If I put the pin into the plug and turn it on, the power will come to the machine, right?
Right.
You need to modulate that power and use that power to run the motor. I mean, the idea is ingenious, but you don't need to know the whole picture. Same thing is happening with AI, right? You don't need to understand, about deeply into the algorithms used in reinforcement learning or supervised learning. You don't need that kind of clustering, or you don't need that kind of depth here. You just need to know, okay, what are the things, what are the applications, how can I apply this technology, right?
Absolutely. It's all about finding the right problem statement finally.
So, and also, speaking about the industry, there are going to be so many incredible visionaries from the India's IT sector, not just IT sector, not just limited to IT sector. Other industries are also going to be picking on RAISE 2020. It's not a niche conference, but there is, like Sundhuja said, there is this, some of the panels and some of the sessions are so niche that it's going to worth everyone's time. If you feel something that it's going to be a treat for a person like me, right? I'm looking at the sessions and I'm like, oh god, how do I attend everything at all, right? It's incredible. You got Nigel Wilson, Wala Ashraf. I mean, it's like it is like if you put a trailer for this event, you will be having all the stars. It was like a movie trailer. Imagine, you'll be sitting and wow,
Yeah,
you will go
this is
wow.
the ultimate AI roll call, if you ask me. So I think it's going to make
Yes.
for a very exciting 1 week, like I said.
And this is just the start. This is just the beginning. Let me tell
Yeah,
you that this is just the beginning. We are gonna
yeah,
do a lot of
absolutely.
amazing things like this. Our country is gonna do incredible things. So that's the main update about Race 2020. Sindhuja, how can we participate in it? Please do say that.
So happy to, Jibu. All you have to do, listeners, to participate in RAISE is log into this particular website with this URL, raise2020.indiaai.gov.in. And it's fairly straightforward. Once you get onto the website, you'll be able to see all the details of the 5-day event. Per day, in terms of what the events are, what the panel discussions are going to be, all the speakers, as well as all the registration details. And once you're done, all you have to do is just log into the sessions based on your preference, and log into as many sessions as you can, because you are not going to get these lineup of speakers all together ever again. I think in this manner of speaking. So make the most of it, if you were to ask me. And I don't know about the rest of you, but Jibu, me, and the entire team at India AI are extremely excited about this, and we're all planning to bring to you the latest updates and all of the action from Race 2020 to you, all through our social media platforms and our website. So please do stay signed in, and do check out all our platforms to see what we're up to and what exactly is happening at Race.
You miss out on some of the panels. There will be some parallel sessions happening. So in case nobody can be at two places at once. So in those cases, we will be covering them. We will be having a daily sort of roundup of the panels at the end through our podcast. So you can follow that as well. So don't forget, it's from 5th October to 9th October. Our Honorable Prime Minister is going to inaugurate this event. There's an incredible lineup of speakers on the inauguration day. And on October 9th also, we have incredible things planned by the government. This is huge, and this is super exciting. And I am kind of overwhelmed with all these panelists and all these people, right? I mean, see, it's like sometimes you get overwhelmed with new ideas. So this is exciting and highly stimulating. I will say,
No doubt.
stimulating, not simulating,
Yeah.
stimulating. Yeah, it's so that's from us, and yes, do check out our portal. We have a change in our domain also. It is indiaai.gov.in. The old domain indiaai.in, I will redirect to it, so nothing big to worry, but follow us there. We will be having all the details about the new speakers that's going to be announced. We will give you the details on everything that's happening around Race. And yes, we will be covering Race, and we look forward each one of you joining, signing up, and attending the Race 2020 Global AI Summit.
Can't wait, Jibu. I think it's going to be a very exciting 1 week. And please do join us. We're going to be all there and covering the event with all the enthusiasm in the world that you can imagine. And it's going to be just nothing but AI for the next couple of weeks. So thanks so much again for joining us today on this podcast. And I hope we've given you a lot of reasons to look forward to for the next couple of weeks, just to be able to attend and cover Race. We'll be back very soon with another edition of Last Week with India AI.